Do you ever feel like you're caught in a storm, just trying to keep your head above water? We're always told to just wait for the storm to pass before we can find peace. But what if peace isn't about waiting for blue skies? What if it's about learning to find calm in the middle of the storm itself? What if I told you that you're exactly where you need to be, and that all this chaos has a purpose? The world tells us that peace only shows up when our lives are perfect. But honestly, that's a lie. Real peace isn't found by avoiding life's storms, but by finding your center within them. Just like nature has its rhythm, our lives do, too. There's a beautiful line in ancient scripture that says, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven." That means every single part of our experience, from joy to grief, has its place. The secret isn't to fight the season you're in, but to lean into it and ask what it's here to teach you. Life isn't a factory for manufacturing a perfect existence. It's more like a garden that we grow with. We can't control when the seasons change, but we can learn to find our peace in each one. Let's talk about what that looks like. Think of your life as having 4 seasons. First up, there's winter. Winter is a time of rest, of loss, when you might feel a little lost or dormant. Things feel hard. Maybe you feel alone or unseen. Our culture tells us to fear these quiet moments, to see them as some kind of failure. But winter isn't a failure. It's a necessary hibernation. Peace, in winter, comes from giving yourself permission to rest without feeling guilty about it. It's about accepting that you can't be in full bloom all year round. It's a time for quiet reflection, for saving your energy, and for trusting that even under all that frozen ground, new life is waiting. And then, it always comes, spring. Spring is the season for new beginnings, for planting seeds, and for that fragile, uncertain growth. After a tough winter, spring can feel a little shaky. You don't know which of your hopes will take root. The peace of spring isn't about having a perfect garden overnight. It's found in the simple act of planting one small seed at a time. It's about focusing on the very next right step, not the entire staircase. It's a time for hope and for trusting the process. After spring comes summer. Summer is that season of thriving, of pure joy and abundance. This is when the hard work pays off and life feels full and bright. But even summer has its own challenge. That pressure to keep the good times rolling and the quiet fear that it might end. Peace in summer is found in one simple thing: gratitude. When you intentionally appreciate the warmth and the light, you anchor yourself right here in the present, instead of worrying about the fall. It's about truly savoring everything you've grown without letting the fear of loss steal your joy. Finally, we have autumn. Autumn is a time of transition, of harvesting the lessons you've learned, and of letting things go. The leaves are beautiful, but they're also dying. Letting go is one of the hardest things we do. It can feel like a loss. Peace in autumn comes from a huge shift in perspective, seeing letting go not as losing something, but as making space. Trees have to shed their leaves to survive the winter. In the same way, we have to release what's no longer serving us to get ready for what's next. So how do you navigate all these changes without losing yourself? The anchor that holds you steady in every season is being present. It's the simple act of paying attention to right now without judging it. Whether you're in the darkness of winter or the bright light of summer, you can always come back to your own breath. Just a few deep breaths can create a little space between you and your overwhelming thoughts, helping your whole body relax. This practice of just returning to the now helps you accept what you can't control and focus on what you can. It's all about trusting the journey and knowing that you don't have to have all the answers to be at peace. Every season of your life is temporary, and every single one has a purpose. Your current season is not your final destination. Knowing this doesn't mean the hard times won't feel hard. They will, but it does mean you can have hope right in the middle of them. So embrace the purpose of where you are, find your calm inside of it, and trust that spring will always, always come again. I'd love to know, what season of life do you feel you're in right now? Share it in the comments below. Let's support each other on this journey. Thank you for being here.